The street from the Jackson Chamber of Commerce, Events and Community Affairs Director, Tim Booth. Hi, Tim.
Bart, always a pleasure to be with you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Great to have you with us.
Always a pleasure to be here.
It seems like every time you're here, you've got a lot going on. May's got to be a busy month.
It is May and June, and really right on through that. The chamber schedule is full. We're active down there. We're trying to take care of our members and really make a difference in their
Let's
work.
look at some of the things you have lined up for members in the community to experience. Off the clock.
Yes,
Yeah.
Off the clock. That's going to be on the 18th. And what's really unique about that one is it's going to be at the Lost Railway Museum. So we're going to partner with them, and it's really the first effort on a relationship and a partnership between Jackson and Grass Lake. So everybody had struggles through COVID, so we're going to partner with them, and we're going to try to be of help for them as they grow their chamber and get back on their feet. So we're honored that we're going to be able to help them in that regard. So we're going to collaborate on that. It's going to be at the Lost Railway Museum. If you haven't been there, it really is a jewel to go out there and see what they've done out there. So that's coming up on May 18th.
Yeah, and I'm almost positive they're one of the 10 museums for the Museum Day too.
Yeah.
So yeah, a couple opportunities to check it out. And Live at the Lab, that's an ongoing feature.
It is. Live at the Lab, I'm sure many of the viewers have heard of that. So that's been an initiative that the Chamber's been working on for a couple of years. And that's our morning time event, so taking up the space in the morning, if you will.
Are you a morning person?
I am. I am. So we talked about Live at the Off the Clock. That's kind of evening space. Our Live at the Lab fills the morning space. And like I say, it's been going a couple of years now, and it's really gaining traction. It's really become a standalone event, and it's over here at Live at the Lab. We have it every month. It is coffee and networking with special guests. The one that's upcoming is May 19th, and they're always from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Come, we'll have some light bites for breakfast and Fortress coffee. Good conversation. We got a Spring Arbor radio program there that'll be broadcasting live and doing interviews. So it's really gaining traction. It's really gaining popularity, and very pleased with how that morning space is developing with Live at the Lab and Home.fm.
Nice, and it's free.
It is. It is. Complimentary bites, complimentary conversation, complimentary coffee. Why wouldn't you want to start your Friday there?
I see a lot at ribbon cuttings and grand openings. We've had a lot of growth in this community in the last few weeks, and I know you got more scheduled.
Man. That's a jam-packed schedule.
Yeah.
We've got several just coming up within the next 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, everything from Chiropractic Studios, the new Eyeglass Mart out at Jackson Crossing.
I need a new eyeglass place.
Well,
I have to check.
iMart Express, we're going to be out there 8th of May. So that will be an opportunity there. So excited to have them as members. Sylvia's Catering, they've really relocated from Brooklyn there to Napoleon on the Bend. That's going to be spectacular. And our old friend Pat O'Dowd with JTA. So I think that gives a good indication of how vibrant the community is doing. New initiatives, new business, new commerce. That's just a quick glimpse and an indication of what's happening. It's really an energized time for the Chamber and our community.
I agree. I can't remember when we've had so many ribbon cuttings. And here we are coming out of the pandemic, and one right after the other. And it's a variety of types of businesses. It's not all the same. And
Yes. Yeah. Look at it. We talked about eyeglass. We talked about caterers. We talked about chiropractic. We talked about our transit center here, the community center down across the street. Yeah, it's exciting time.
Keep those giant scissors sharp.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Those are always the hit. Those are always the hit. Whenever we walk into one, I always want to carry them because you're like an instant celebrity. There's the giant
Yes,
scissors.
and they are giant. And years ago, the chamber had giant scissors that didn't cut.
Yeah.
And I would say for years, first Susan Mulhone and then Mindy Bradshaw, why don't you get those scissors sharpened? And they always claimed the insurance company wouldn't let them.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently you found a way to get some sharp scissors.
Well, we just didn't ask. We just went and got them.
All right, good job. All right, and then let's see. Oh, the annual golf event. That's a big deal, too.
Holy mackerel. You're right. And you wouldn't know it today, but
No, this is a chamber golf event day.
spring is coming.
Yeah.
It is. It's right around the corner. I'm not sure how long a street we live on, but it's right around the corner.
Can you imagine if Monday had been because it could have been Monday in May. It could have been this Monday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that kicks off, it kicks off a number of things. It kicks off spring here. It's the kickoff to the golf season in a lot of ways. So that's going to be on the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
22nd. I got my events confused there for a second. But that's May 22nd, out the country club. We're awfully proud of that, to be really the signature kickoff event, and to be able to have it at the country club and give our community the opportunity that may or may not have a chance to golf there and go out. We've got 3 or 4 teams remaining is all. So it's gone gangbusters. So there's very limited opportunity to have a team there and take advantage of all the collaboration and fun in golf.
Yeah, and it does. It sells that every year. It's going to sell out this year. And every year I think I'm on the JTV team, and then I find out that somehow my name's not on it because Andy, I think he stacks the team.
And somehow you're not included?
I'm not included. I'm not that good.
I bet you're pretty good.
No.
You're probably being modest.
No.
Your son gets it from
I
you.
I used to be good.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Well, I hope you can make it because our golf event would be better if you're a part of it.
Well, I'll come by. I'll come by at the very least.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful.
And this was also another chamber ribbon cutting just a week or two ago at the.
Yes, and those enhancements out there that we celebrated the other day with our ribbon cutting, that's going to play into even better event for the golf.
Yeah.
So they're really on the ball out there as far as their development, whether it's the 10 outside and some other areas, and that's going to lend itself to even better event for us on the chamber golf.
Well, one of the things the golfers will notice is the turn bar.
Yes.
So before you had to go inside to get a pop, and now you can do it right there outside. It's a walk up.
Yep. That's a big deal. Much more convenient and better experience for the guests.
Yeah. So.
And the inside place they had there, won't have anything to do with our golf tournament, but that was real nice too. They did a nice job on it.
Yeah.
They did a real
That's
nice
beautiful.
job.
And when Kirk Mercer spoke, he kind of just jumped in at the end of Rick's presentation, the manager. The project was done while the place remained open, and during COVID, and during all the supplier issues.
Yeah.
So it was.
They had a few legitimate barriers to get that done.
They did. Yeah. Yeah. I think what was the one? Oh, the lights. The dimmers didn't come in, so everything was really bright. But they're in now. All right. And then we've got more events coming up. Ross Business event coming up. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to that.
I'll look forward to being back to talk about that, but just to tease, we're going to have a full-long premier leadership development day. We're going to partner with the University of Michigan Ross School of Business. That's going to be in June, so I'll be back to talk about that. But again, very excited about what that's going to be for the community and the chamber members.
Cool. Well, keep coming up with great events, and thanks for sharing all the news with us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You bet. He is the Events and Community Affairs Director with the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce, Tim Booth. Up next, we are